This web application you can see is built on top of Vaadin, and Vaadin is a framework to build web app purely on Java without any HTML and JavaScript code. Vaadin provides a lot of server-side components, and we will see how we can set up our first Vaadin project in our system. Vaadin is a framework used to build web app. Vaadin comes with Vaadin Flow and Hila, which was called Vaadin Fusion. Flow helps to build web application in pure Java without any HTML and JavaScript code. Hila is used to build web application on Java and TypeScript. In this tutorial, we will focus on Vaadin Flow. Prerequisite for this video is Java, Spring Boot, SQL, Maven. So now to set up our first Vaadin project, we will visit on this website vaadin.com. Once we are inside this website, we will click on Get Started, and here all the documentation for Vaadin is available, and this documentation is for Vaadin version v24, and right now this is the latest Vaadin version. But if we want to see documentation for other Vaadin versions, we can select from here, and right now as I am on documentation of version 14, and I will click on Get Started. So this documentation is available for Vaadin version 14, but right now I will go back on Vaadin 24, and here we have all the documentation available, how we can set up and how we can use different components and how we can secure our Vaadin application. Also documentation for testing and integration with different environments and configuration is available for Vaadin. Now we will go on this quick start, and here we can download our first Vaadin project, and once I will click on this, it will download the zip file, and I will open my directory, and inside my directory I have this Vaadin project in zip file, and this is the to-do app, and it comes with some default views. But I will go back on vaadin.com, and here I have one more start project, and here when I will click on open Vaadin start, so it will redirect me to here, and here we can set up our Vaadin project. We can set the views, what kind of views we want, what kind of layout we want. We can select the color schemes, the themes we can select from here. We can select the setting, but to access this page we need to have a ID on vaadin.com. So I have a ID here, so I will click on login. But if you don't have an ID, so you need to sign up. The sign up is free. You just need to provide your basic information, and I will click on login, and it will redirect me to the login page, and here I will put my email ID and password, and I will click on login. It will get me login, and once I'm inside this page, I can see the views and themes and these settings are available for me. So here, from here I can select the views, I can add the view. So I have different templates of views are available, such as this dashboard and this master detail view, and I have pre-built-in views are available, such as this map view, and then we have this chat view, also image list. Okay, so we have all these pre-built-in views are available for us, and here in the configuration we can select the path, the URL path for each view. For example, for about, I have a URL path for about. Okay, so as you can see, I'm in about page, so this URL is this about page is loaded on about path. And if I click on hello world, so it is loaded on hello, and this is mentioned here in URL path. For the dashboard, I have a URL path dashboard here, right? So these are the basically routes for each view, and here we can give the name, and this is the name of the each view, and it will be displayed here and also here in the menu. For example, I will say dashboard test, okay, or demo. and as you can see it has been changed here. And this is from here we can select the templates. Okay, if we want to change the template for each view, so we can do it from here. For example, if I want to change the template of this master detail to parent person form, okay, personal form, personal information form, so I can change the template. And here I can select the icon, so the icon will be present here on the side of the menu. And then I have an option for the access. So this option is used to give the access that who can access this view. So right now this is public, but we can change the access user who have logged in, user with user role, or user with the admin role. So I have these options are available, and here I can select the name of the app, like for example my app, or I can say my demo app. So right now this my app will be my demo app name. And then here I have an option for theme, so I can select the theme. So Vaadin Flow comes with two default color schemes, that is light and dark. So if I select dark, so it will change it to the dark mode. So this is how the dark mode look like. Okay, and this is our dashboard screen, and here I can select the color palette, and here I can change the colors, and this color represent the colors for the component, basic component. For example, if I change the color of this primary from blue to green, so as you can see this color is reflected on the component here. And then I have this text color is available here. Okay, so for example the primary is this one, and we can change the color to anything. And then we have an option for typography, so we can select different font styles from here for our application, and we can also change the font size and line height. Then I have an option for style, so I can change the style of the components. For example, from here we can change it from this roundness level. So if I select this one, so it becomes totally round. Now I will go back here, and here we can select the buttons styles. Okay, and here we can change the text field styles. Now if I go in the sizing and spacing, so from here we can change the size of the application and the components. And now I will go back to view, and here I will delete some of the views such as dashboard demo. I will leave this master detail. Okay, I will delete this one also. I will delete map, I will delete chat view, I will delete image list, and here I will add the master detail view, and I will move it on top. And now in the settings, so in the settings we can give the project name, also we can change the group ID, and I will say tech 45 degree. So my group ID is com.tech 45 degree. And here we can select the how our menu will look like. So I have option side menu and then top menu. So in the top menu, my menu is available on the top, and I will select the side menu, and this is how the menu is so much responsive in our Vaadin app. Then I have access control settings, so we can give the access control for the views. So we can give access control to all the views from here, or we can give access control for each specific view from here. Okay, so such as master detail, hello world, about view, so we can give the access control from here, but I will select public for all the views right now. And here we can select the different Vaadin version. So I have selected Vaadin 24.1, which is right now the latest version, and for Java I will select 17, and the npm version and the npm and pnp pnpm I will select npm, and database I will select H, default right now, but we can select H2, PostgreSQL, and MariaDB, but I will select default. So by the default it will load with the H2. And I will uncheck Git repository from here because I don't want to upload this project on the GitHub right now. And now I will go on the theme, and here I will change it to the light one, and also the color scheme is okay, but I will change the typography from default. Now this looks good, and the styles is it is also good right now. Okay, and size and spacing is also good. So this is how our application will look like. And here we can see our application on different screens. So if I select desktop, so it will look on desktop like this way. We can see how the different views will look on this on desktop. And if I select laptop, so here it will show me how it will look like on the laptop. We can check different screens, that how our screens are responding to the screen size. And then I can select tablet mode, and this is how our application will look on tablet. So as you can see, this is a responsive one. And if I click on mobile, so it will show me how it will look on the mobile. And this is how it will display on the mobile. And then if we want to see the source code, I will click on the source code, and it will display the source code of this master detail view. And I can see this is the UI, and this is the view. So it is purely built on Java. So this is all the Java code. So we don't see any HTML or JavaScript here. Everything is built on top of Java. And now I will click on back on the responsive screen right now. And here if I click on RTL, so this is right to left. So if we have if we are going to build any kind of Arabic application, so we can select this direction right to left, and this is the Arabic version of the application. And then I will click back to left to right, that is LTR. And now our project is ready to download. So I will click on download, and it will create a zip file for me, and it will download that zip file in my directory. I will click on this I will copy the zip file and paste it in my workspace. And then I will extract this project from the zip file. I will click on extract here, and then I will load this project in our Intel IJ. Now I have successfully imported this project in our Intel IJ ID, and here it will take some time to set up this project. And this is the readme, and here we can see some of the instruction that how we can run our project and how we can deploy our project on the production. So this is the Maven based project, and here we can see we have a pom.xml. So all the dependencies are mentioned here in our pom.xml. So we are using Java version 17 and Vaadin version 24.1.10. And as you can see, this project is built on top of Spring Boot. Okay, so this is the Spring Boot application, and here we have dependencies for H2 database. We have dependencies for Spring Boot starter data GPA. So all the required dependencies are mentioned here in our pom.xml. Now I will go in the source, and here I will go and I will open this application class. So this is our Spring Boot application class, and this is the entry point of our application. And as you can see, it is annotated with Spring Boot application. And here the theme is mentioned, which is which name is my demo app. And if we go in the front end folder, we have a folder themes. Inside this theme we have a theme my demo app. And if we go inside this theme, inside the view, so we can see all the CSS codes. And in Java we have two packages such as view. So inside view we have main layout, and then we have build other nested views such as about view, hello world view, and master detail view. So our main layout, this is our main app layout, and here all the views will be loaded. Now I will right click on this application and I will run the application. So it will take some time in running, because first time when it will start to execute, it will download the required dependencies. And as you can see, we have successfully launched our first Vaadin application, and we are inside in master detail view. Okay, so we have some data we are showing, and we have a form, and here we have hello world view, and we have about view. So now let's go here and the hello world. So I will say John, and when I will click on say hello, so it will print the notification hello John. Flow is a server-side framework where all the application state, business model, and UI logic stay at server. A Flow application will never export its internal state to the browser, where all the vulnerabilities can be abused by attacker. In the Flow, the UI logic runs on server, so we don't need to implement web services for client-server communication. And now let's see this point in the code. So if I go here in master detail view, and we as we have seen the master detail, we are showing some data. Okay, and it has some form, right? And if I put some data in the form, I will say John, and last name is Doe, email is jd@gmail.com, phone number will be 11345 something, it is just a dummy number I will put here, and I will put the date of birth, and there I will say nil, and the role is admin, and I will click on important, and then when I will click on save, so if it is saying data is updated, and if I go here in I will search for, I will sort this table, and then I will search for John. So as you can see, we have a John Doe jd@gmail.com, right? So this is our data is uploaded, or we can say is our data is updated here. And now if I go in our application, we can see this is our view, and this is how our view look like. So we in our view we have these text fields, and these text fields and checkboxes create a form, and then we have this grid available here, this one grid which is showing our data in the screen. And now if I go in our data package, and if I see I have an entity here, I have an entity of simple person such as first name, last name. So this is the entity we are showing in our application. And now if I go in our service layer, and we have a repository which fetch and insert the data in our database, and we have a services. So in our service we have a method called get, which fetch the uh, uh, sample person for us by id, and then we have a method called a list, right? And it is usage, it has one usage, and if I click on this one, it will redirect me to the view which is master detail view. So as you can see in our view, we are fetching the result directly from the service layer without any REST API. So we in Vaadin, as all the components are server side, and these components execute on the server side, so we don't need to create web services. So we can directly call our service layer from inside our view. So in the flow, the UI logic runs on server, and we don't need to implement web services for client server communication. Now let's discuss about this another point, that is Flow supports thick client, which benefits to update UI without any JavaScript to reload the page every time. And for that, I will go in our code, and I will go in our hello world view class, and here in our hello world, so we have a one text field and one we have a button. And when I write the name in the text field and I click on the button say hello, so it notifies the message that hello John. And now I will go in the code, and here I will create one more field. I will say private h1, and this is we are going to generate the text object which is of the type of h1, and I will import this one in our class. And here I will initialize this object. I will say I will say lbl text equal to new h1. So we have created the object for h1. Now I will add this object in our layout. Okay, we will discuss about this text field h1 button, these layouts, routes, okay, page title, eh, later. But right now we are focusing on how to set up Vaadin project in our system, and how Vaadin framework is much better to build web application. And so I have add this lbl text in my layout. I will say name dot add value change listener, and here I will say event, and I will I will say lbl text dot set text, and here I will just pass the event dot get value. So I have a method called add value change listener for this text field. So when I will write the text in my text field, so it will display the text in the label. And here I will say I will add the mode dot add value change okay, set value change mode, and here I will say value change mode eager. Now this mode basically what it do, so it will uh, update my UI at the runtime. And now I will rerun the application. So our application is running now. If I go in the hello world, and here if I write hello John, so as you can see we have added the label here, and as I am writing anything, so it's updating the UI at the current time. So we don't need any JavaScript code to reload the page. So everything is handled by Vaadin. So this is about Vaadin, and if you have any confusion, you can leave your comment in the comment section. Kindly subscribe my channel, click on the bell icon. See you in the next video.